Hi traders, and welcome to my video on the power trend indicator. I'm going to show you how you can use this indicator to catch moves like this one for over 200 pips and counting. So the power trend indicator is not usually going to be included with your trading platform. I'm using the MT4 platform here, MetaTrader 4, and I've downloaded the power trend indicator for free online and attached it to an Australian dollar and US dollar 1 hour chart. You can use the indicator on any trading instrument from Forex, crypto, stocks, commodities, indices, etc., and any chart time frame. Personally, I prefer the 1 hour charts, 4 hour charts, daily, weekly, and monthly, simply because they contain more price data and therefore I find signals to be more reliable. And that applies to technical indicators such as the power trend indicator, price action analysis, support and resistance, candlestick patterns, so on and so forth. So I've put the indicator on the chart here. The purpose of this indicator is to show us the trend direction and trend strength. It's very easy to use. Basically, when the histogram bars are making higher lows or above zero, it suggests an upwards trend. When they're making lower highs or they're below zero, it suggests a downwards trend. Okay, then we also have, that's something that the MACD indicator will tell you anyway. The difference with the power trend indicator is that it also includes colors which gauge four different things. So first of all, if they're black, it suggests that there's no trend, perhaps we're ranging. If they're red, it suggests a change of direction of the trend. Blue suggests a moderate trend, whereas green suggests a good trend, a strong trend. To be honest, this is something that I think you could do by just looking at the MACD anyway. When it starts to fall, that's a change of trend direction. When it's high, really low, that's a strong uptrend or downtrend. When it crosses the signal line or the zero line, that also signals a change in direction. So really, you could probably use that MACD to do something similar, with the advantage that the MACD is just a really popular indicator that loads of people are using and watching signals from. So I wouldn't necessarily go out my way personally to use this indicator, but I will still cover how you can implement it within your trading. So power trend, we're going to want to use it in trending markets, clues in the name, unless you're using it to filter for market ranges. But I prefer to trade with the trend. The trend is your friend when you can catch big moves like this one. I don't want to be fighting around with a range. Okay, so we have our resistance here. Just mark it off. We've got a triple top candlestick formation there. I'm going to draw a support line in the neckline here somewhere. 1, 2, 3. Price making lower lows, lower highs. So we're seeing price come away from this resistance level that's held up well. We've got a 3 inside down candlestick pattern there. So that's a bullish candle followed by a bearish candle. That's almost 50% of the bullish candle. And then a long bearish candle that breaks through the low here of the initial candle. So that's a strong bearish reversal signal. Almost have a duplicate of it there as well. But we can see just from a basic trend line, the price is moving down. Where does the power trend indicator come into play? Okay, so I personally would have looked to trade this breakout anyway. I don't need an indicator to tell me that that's a potential breakout. Or I may have waited for the trend to form, so more like down this area here. We can also draw our flag pattern in like so and just wait for a breakout of this line here. Okay. And try to enter on the pullback. Alternative, we want to keep things just more straightforward. We have the trend comes down, we have a pullback, just draw the support and we can look to trade the breakout there. We've just waited for additional confirmation that the trend has continued. As you can see there with the lower highs, okay. Have this nice wedge pattern here, squeeze. So that's potential breakout trade, okay. Now, where does the power trend indicator come into this? Right. So we would have waited for it to be either below the zero line. So let's go below the zero line. So here, so the power trend was suggesting that it red, so change of trend direction and below the zero line. So this was sort of confirming this entry on the breakout there, which to be honest is not the worst entry in the world. It does come at the end of this big red bar, so perhaps not the ideal point of entry, but nonetheless it still would have been a good point in terms of getting on this trend. We do also have the bearish divergence, which is the histogram making lower highs again, confirming a trend to the downside. Okay, so basically the power trend indicator as well, when it goes green, it suggests a strong trend, so that kicks in around here. If we just mark that off on our chart, so this was suggesting a strong downtrend. We can see, if we just zoom out, we can see that just by looking at the price action. Nonetheless, it's good to have it visually displayed, and this could have been a potential entry point here, or at the very least just to be wary of this support level here, which held up multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you go down to the 5 minute, 15 minute, it would have been hit, you know, many more times. And then we had the breakout here, which could have been a good trade that would have been confirmed by the power trend indicator being shown a strong downtrend. So fair play to the indicator on that one. It would have been good for time and entry there. Doesn't tell us where to place a stop loss, but we can always place it on the high, the last swing high prior to our entry. Some traders place it on the other side of the breakout. As you can see, after this breakout here, this would have been price did pull back, so it would have been taken out. Nonetheless, we could have re-entered on this setup that we were looking at earlier in the video, which is this new level of support. Triple bottom candlestick pattern and a breakdown below. Let's just see what was the power trend telling us then. See, this is when indicators can lag, because I would have been looking at that as a potential breakout, but this indicator was still on the bullish divergence and was a bit late. I say late, I mean, you know, the price was still below the zero line. It's just that it was showing a slowdown of momentum, which, to be fair, we did see on the chart. Nonetheless, you wouldn't have needed the indicator to take this trade personally. Not for me anyway. You got a 3 inside down candlestick pattern here. So when you have a bullish followed by 2 bearish candlesticks, the middle one being at least 50% of the bullish candlestick, same pattern here. Okay, you also have the inverted hammer, the shooting star, bearish there, and the downtrend. We just know from the trend line we're heading down, so we could have just ended on the breakout there. Before even looking at the power trend, I'm just going to draw my support level there, because I can see this. The breakout there would have been a good entry. I mean, I don't need the power trend indicator to tell me that. If you're going to always just wait for it to turn green, and you know, you might miss opportunities, but then it could keep you out of bad trades. The thing is, I wouldn't just trade it every time it's below and green. I would not sell based on that. For example, if we come down to here, the indicators below is green, is showing a strong downtrend, but we're not going to sell there at the low, are we? Because if we just mark that there and we zoom out, we know we've already had all this movement. We want to wait at least for a significant pullback. Okay, so yeah, power trend indicator, it can be just used as an extra confirmation tool if you want. I prefer price action and support, resistance, candlestick patterns, so on and so forth. Yeah, I wouldn't buy. As I said, this is a downtrend, so we're not going to look to place the buy signals. You know, you can see here the power trend is saying, okay, we're above zero, we're green, it's good to go for a buy. Okay, do you really want to buy there? If you're short-term trading, you're day trading and you want to just risk less than 10 pips trading against that massive trend, be my guest. But personally, I wouldn't want to do that when we can just wait for, I don't know, where we're looking at, say, price to break through this support. I should draw that a bit better. Hello, there we go. When we can wait for price to break through this support level that's formed here. As you can see, the support then comes resistance. I mean, I would have rather traded short on that breakout than buy against this trend, wouldn't you? Power trend indicator again turned green, but price has already gone past this breakout, so I would have said it was late to this unless you were taking the crossover of the zero line as a potential entry point there, which, you know, looking at this trend, if you just traded across crossovers of the zero line, where would you be getting in? So let's just have a look. Power trend crossover there, that's not a bad entry. Up, 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 crossover there, not a bad entry. Okay, crossover the zero line to the downside. Well, to be fair, the power trend indicator, if you are entering short on a downtrend, and this is, you can catch some good entries like these, but this is where you need to just look at the bigger picture, because it has no real awareness of what, you know, the long-term market is saying. However, to be fair, there is bullish divergence to the upside there, with a higher low suggesting that this trend is maybe exhausted, and we wouldn't want to jump in based on that anyway. So give it credit there. Yes, actually, it's a decent indicator. I don't think it does anything that you can't do with the default MACD indicator. Let's just compare. Where am I? Insert indicator. So just put the MACD on the chart and compare. Okay, so the MACD crossed over the signal line there for a sell trade. Okay, had a nice pullback and crossed over there. Sorry, this candle, which would have arguably been a better entry, crossover there as well. So you can see like very similar entries. Probably wouldn't have taken this one because we're going to wait for a pullback, a more significant pullback than this. It's just not enough. You just want something like this, and even then the MACD is showing us the bullish divergence to the upside, so we would have avoided probably trading. Well, we definitely wouldn't be selling this low. You can see that then formed that support level, which is now being tested as resistance, or was tested as resistance, but it looks like some movement to the upside. Wedge pattern breakout, that's just all good if you're trading long there. Yeah, so I do see some potential with the power trend indicator. I personally wouldn't go out of my way to use it. I just prefer price action, candlestick patterns. It tells you what the market is doing at any given time. Have sensible money management in place. Like if you're taking these entries here, I wouldn't be entering and taking profit, entering and taking profit, entering and taking profit. You're just paying your brokers spreads and commission fees, and maybe get slipped out of trades. For the sake of it, I'd look to get in one good entry at the start, and then perhaps close part of the position on the way down, bank some profits. But certainly I would be moving my stop loss down above these highs and just locking in the trade in case price turned around. Okay, well, hopefully that's given you an idea of how you can use the power trend indicator. Things to look out for: divergence, either bearish or bullish divergence, crossover of the zero line, the red to signify change of color and potential trend direction, and green for a strong trend. It can help prevent you from, selling too low or buying too high if you see the trend's been going on for too long and there's divergence in the opposite direction. But really, I do think it's not doing much, which the MACD standard indicator cannot do for you anyway. I hope you found something useful in this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. Catch you on the next one.